Hello, Maverick traders. Welcome out to your currency recap for November 18th. Corey here with you. We're going to take a look at meaningful news. We're going to take a look at broader markets. We're going to look at where there are trading opportunities in Forex, currency pairs, and crypto. But some of the velocity, unfortunately, has come out of the markets of late.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
All right, so let's break down the details of the market here. So I would say everything is moving into consolidation mode. We went through all of the currency pairs. I mean, everything is just kind of in a channeling type of dynamic right now. However, we are entering that seasonal period of Thanksgiving into Christmas, and when year-to-date performance is strong, typically there's more to go into year-end. There's kind of an effect if you look at something like crypto, where if people can brag about how well their crypto's doing and kind of that, hey, I told you about this over the Thanksgiving table, usually there's a big rally into that time period. So I wouldn't discount that as still more room for things to run higher into year end and more chase for performance. Now, on the flip side of that, usually when you have a really, really strong year, you start off the next year really poorly. So we might have a rough January as people lock in and sell things. They want to wait until January to delay having to pay taxes on those gains for a whole nother year. But January could kind of get ugly for equities and some of these other markets. So today, rather quiet. Japanese yen down a bit more than anything else, down just over 0.5%. Even with that, it really kind of carries it back to where we're in a little bit more of a sideways range. 2% move in crypto is nothing all that exciting, but gold and oil both up strongly. Certainly commodities shot higher today. So the commodity trade was mainly the best opportunity for today. Ethereum up about 3%. Bitcoin and Ethereum look like the best, but again, they're all somewhat consolidating right now. Now, if we look at equities, we're at this spot where one would think this would be kind of the prior resistance, the breakout point. You sink back to it, and then you spring higher. So old resistance becomes new support, old ceiling becomes new floor. We'll see if we can make that push to the upside. But equities, again, really strong performance year to date, typically leads to even further upside as the year comes to a close. As we look at the calendar for the rest of this week, we've got some CPI data out of Canada. We've got CPI, certainly the Bank of England, is going to be watching that. When you look at CPI numbers, you'll note, for example, in Canada, from negative 0.4 up to positive 3, from 1.7 up to 2.2. So anticipating some increases there. And then on Friday, we've got PMI data throughout Europe and the UK. We've got some retail sales in Canada. We've got some manufacturing numbers here in the US as well. So Friday is all about manufacturing and services PMI data. Anything sub 50 is more of really a slowdown, kind of a recessionary, a contracting type of number. You can see some sub 50 numbers here throughout Europe. So in the US, manufacturing sub 50, but services PMI, and this has been an ongoing trend where services PMI have been stellar. So as we look at where there's velocity, again, unfortunately, there's not anything here in the here and now, but that can all change in a hurry. So everything's sort of stacked right there around no trade. But look at something like Bitcoin. Well, we might say, well, there's no velocity now. This is a fantastic looking high base or ascending triangle type of pattern. We've been wedging here for quite some time. from a solid foundation, you can really explode up and out from there, or it could break down. But my guess would be that we'd resume the upward phase. Obviously, psychologically, we're at 91,000. It looks like 100K is that area that markets seem to be looking at for the next chase, the next push towards that level. So, yeah, crypto is in a basing pattern now. I gave it a +1 reading. I mean, moving averages sloping sideways, RSI sloping sideways. We're up above the parabolic SAR on a little bit of a buy signal there. I gave it a +1, but that can quickly turn into a +3. You'd get a nice breakout here on the RSIs. You get the moving average sloping upward, and you get a price breakout potentially in the not too distant future. And then I mentioned Japanese yen was the sharpest mover today, down just over 0.5%. But really, that just sinks us back to where the moving average is kind of rolling over. RSI's flat and around 50, which is usually kind of that equilibrium zone. Not real strong, not real weak. So this is where a lot of currency charts is just in this not real bullish, not real bearish, lacking a bit in velocity. So that's where we find ourselves. But I would really be watching these crypto trades specifically, Bitcoin, Ethereum, some of those for still a possibility of a breakout out of these sideways ranges. Hope you enjoyed today's currency recap. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next time.